we've arrived at Jurracic Jungle, hosted by Dino. Hey everybody, I'm the guy that commentated in race 2, and I'll be commentating here as well. As you can see on the leaderboards, Kimchi, Pesky, and Ranger clear out the podium. Behind them are Madman, Pingo, Baby Mario, Momokai, Razor's Cat's Eye, Seahawks, and AMM to round out the top 10. As for our Group A guys, those are Dino, Ramen, Kimchi, Seahawks, Baby Mario, Angus, Junebug, and Dog. Fire Flag Qualifier, and we're off. Leading the way is Dino, Ramen, Kimchi, and Seahawks to round out the top 4 to start off. Ooh, but Angus gets past, and now it's Baby Mario in the lead. This will be a pretty good one, and a crucial one for Dino, as he, along with several other competitors, are at 0 points. As we head on to lap 2, Angus leads the way with Seahawks, Dolphin, and Baby Mario. Behind them, Kimchi, who is in this group, they are in the lead for overall standings. They lead this one if they want to keep their lead at a good rate. One step closer. These marbles are loving this competition for now. As we head on to lap 3, Angus still maintains the lead, while Dolphin, Seahawks, and Baby Mario are doing their part. It's not about the lead, it's about doing just enough. We've seen marbles ahead of in other competitions, qualify strong, but perform not just as they expect. And Angus, they're doing a pretty good job. Far ahead than what they thought they would be in this competition. Well, it's not competition yet, but you're on. Penultimate lap for Group A qualifiers. The top 4 has remained the same for pretty much the most part, except Seahawks dropped to 4th, ahead behind Baby Mario. I don't know what's going through the minds of the top. Oh, there's Dino. Just as I say that, they overtake Seahawks. I was going to say, I don't know what's going through the mind of the bottom 4, but they're not putting up much of a fight. And as Angus heads towards the final lap to make this a worthwhile one, they're doing a pretty good job in this qualifiers, unless something happens at this cost that they don't want to happen. Angus, Dolphin, Baby Mario, and Dino looking forward to the Jurracic Jungle race. And this is a pretty good one for Dino, given that they are the host of this race. Down the final stretch of this qualifiers group, and it will be Angus that wins Group A qualifiers for this race. Dolphin in 2nd, Baby Mario in 3rd, Dino in 4th. Kimchi in 5th. Wow, they weren't even close to 4th. That's how pretty much far ahead the top 4 were. This group. Junebug in 6th, another unfortunate qualifiers for them. Ramen in 7th, and Seahawks didn't even finish the qualifiers race. Group B, Momokai, Pink Cobalt, AIM, Ranger, TC Orban, Pingo, Madman, and Pesky. And away we go for Group B qualifiers at Jurracic Jungle. Who will be the first to go through? It's Pingo, and then, not Pingo, Pesky, then Pink Cobalt, Pingo in 3rd, and TC Orban to round top 4. Madman in last for this group so far. It's not what they want, given that they're coming off a pretty strong race back at Pride Speedway. As second lap begins, TC Orphan's in the lead, ahead of Pingo, Pink Cobalt, and Pesky. This is going to be a pretty good one. Madman and Pingo, they're pretty close to podium length in the standings. They're in 4th and 5th respectively, both with 16 points, but Madman has the tiebreaker via medal count. And Madman, they have to do a lot of work in this one if they want to have a shot at qualifying for the A-League race. as TC Orphan, they're in a comfortable spot to qualify, ahead of Pingo, Pesky, and Pink Cobalt. Momoa Kai and the others, they're gonna have to catch it up to them. As TC Orphan, they are ahead by a pretty good margin ahead of second place. They'll most certainly be guaranteed to qualify, but for everyone else, it's not going to be easy. And as we start the penultimate lap, Madman is just starting the third lap for them. Hoping they don't get lapped by TC Orphan. Pink Cobalt, they don't have to worry about whoever's in fifth. Actually, yes they do. A&M is catching up to them, along with Morokai. It's a pretty close battle for the fourth spot. On the first three spots, they are not exactly easy. Actually, yes they are. They are well ahead of fourth place. As we start the final lap, TC Orphan most certainly will make it to the 8th league race for this track, as well as Pesky, who is in a pretty good position in the overall standings, Pingo, and Pink Cobalt. And if things remain this way, Momoa Kai, Ranger, A&M, and Madman will compete in the beat league race for Jurracic Jump. TC Orphan in first, Pesky in second. Ooh, this close one down to the wire for sure. Something might make it happen. Some change might happen at the last second for one of these marbles. Pink Cobalt overtakes Pingo at the last moment for third. Ranger overtakes Pingo, who is out, along with Momoa Kai, A&M, and Madman. Wow, Ranger needed that last second push, and they did that. Well, that was an exciting finish for Group B in this qualifiers. Here are the Group C. Maple, Steven, Cube, Oblivion, Tom, Craziest, Detroit, and Ice Elemental. And away we go. Maple leading the way ahead of Steven, Cube, and Oblivion. As for who enters that funnel first, it will be Oblivion, then Ice, then Craziest, and then Detroit. Detroit overtakes Craziest for the third spot. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And Ranger showed that in the last race, in the last qualifiers. Now Ice takes the lead for this unqualified group. The top four mostly remains the same for now. In the meantime, you just gotta do what you gotta do and don't make too many mistakes. One mistake is all that is the least that you need. So any mistake can be deadly as much as it can be. Let's start the second lap. Maple looking to catch up after the last performance at Pride Speedway. They qualified for the A-League race, but didn't exactly perform. That is not what they needed for sure. After a showing at Possum Pathway, where they didn't exactly qualify for the A-League race there. But anyways, on to the third lap. Ice Elemental. They are for sure blind for glory after their first two performances. Oblivion in second, Crazies in third, Detroit in fourth. The top four has mostly remained the same throughout this group. And by mostly, it was the same top four the entire time. And ultimate lap, Ice. Comfortable position for them. Oblivion, Detroit, and Crazies, they're in a tight spot with the other bottom four marbles. They want it just as bad as they do. They're gonna have to keep it up if they don't want to lose out on their spot. And as we're entering one step closer to the final lap, Ice is in a pretty comfortable position. Most likely will make it to the A-League race and hope to get something done. As for the other four marbles, they're gonna do a lot more work than what they're doing right now. As we start the final lap, Ice in first, Oblivion in second, Detroit in third. Now Detroit is now in fourth thanks to Craziest overtaking them. It's a pretty tight battle. Just because you're in fourth for now doesn't mean you're gonna make it yet, because these marbles, they want it bad. That's for sure. And by the looks of things, Ice and Oblivion will make it out to the A-League for this race. As for Detroit and Craziest, they're gonna have to watch out for whoever's the fifth marble on their back. Ice will make it along with Oblivion, Craziest in third. It's a tight battle for fourth place. And it will be Detroit who will make it. Cube is out along with Maple, Steven, and there we go. There's the last marble time. And to kick things off with the B race, for the first time, our host of the sports will not be in the B League. They will compete in the A League. There are Steven, Maple, Seahawk, and Cube and Madman to round the top 6. And Madman, who just won in pretty much the A League race, they are not looking too good in here by being the B League. Malawi Seahawks swap out for top 6. Cube is in the lead after the first lap. Maple catching up to them. Maple looking to get their first points of the season. Pingo in third. Steven in fourth. Pingo over to Maple. Seahawks and Madman clear out top half, but really, it's not really about finishing top half. It's more so the top 4 or top 5 that get points. Given that it's much harder to score in the B League than it is the A League, because of course it is. Cube, they're doing themselves a pretty decent job holding out on this lead. Maple and Pingo are trying to catch up, and Pingo does catch up to the point where they overtake Cube. Maple in third. Madman climbed up to the 4th spot, doing something to get something going. At least score here. If you're going to be in the B League, you're going to have to do your damn best. Don't let things get to you. Do not let the pressure crumble your soul when it's time. That can't be said for the bottom 6 of this B League race, as they're not exactly doing too much of a good job at catching up. And as we're on to the 4th lap, Cube and Steven, out of nowhere, fighting for second place. They were not doing too much, and now here they are, competing with Cube for the 2nd spot. Pingo in 3rd, Maple in 4th, Madman and Seahawks clear out the top half. Maple, Pingo, and Cube, they have, for the most part, they're doing pretty decent, at least doing good enough in the B League race. As y'all need to pay attention to that, Cube is in the lead. They are looking to not give this up to Steven, who made a strong surge to the 2nd place. As for the back half of the 6, they are going to do a lot of work if they want to get something going for them further down the road. On to the final lap. Steven is in the lead. They know not to give up because they didn't start off the best, but they are having themselves a great comeback in this race. And if things look out to be true, Steven will hold out as the winner of the B League race, granted them 5 points. A close one here, and it will be Steven who comes out on top. Cube in 2nd, Pingo in 3rd, Ramen. Pretty decent race for them as well. Oh wait, Zimmer's got stuck. Had to dislodge for a second. That would have been bad had the race not exactly panned out for these marbles. It was for a moment, but hey, things got sorted out and we finished his race. Ramen in 7th, Kimchi in 8th. Ooh, that's gonna take a toll for him. Tom in 9th, and 10th is A&M. Jumba gets lapped, and we have a DNFer being Momoakai. Here we are, into the A League race for this one. 7 laps of intensity. Who will come out on top for this one? So far, Detroit is in the lead ahead of Baby Mario, our host Dino, Pesky, TC Organ, and Rager to conclude the top half. And for this one, you make sure you don't finish last or else you score no points. And as a creator of this track is checking things to make sure everything's working well, Detroit is in the lead for 1st, Rager in 2nd, and Dino, our host, for Jurracic Jungle, they're in 3rd. But it's looking pretty tight here, as the lead for Detroit is not too bad. Rager, Baby and Dino, they're having themselves a pretty close battle for the podium spots. Ice comes along and passes Pesky for the top half spot. Pesky, they could do some damage and take the lead over Kimchi in the overall standings if they have to, they must. Lap 3. Detroit. Ooh, they had a shot of lapping. Pink Cobalt. It is what it is. Ranger, Baby Mario, and Dino. They're out in the top 4. Baby Mario, they've only taken down for the 3rd spot. TC Orphan and Ice, they're having their own battle. It's a pretty tight battle for the top half spot. And as for Detroit, they're having such a pretty good showing after the first 2 races where they mustered up a combined 3 points. Yeah, unfortunate circumstances for that marble for sure. And as King Cobalt, they're in fear of getting lapped. Just like our previous racer, Doombug in the B League. Detroit, they're having a pretty good showing after these 4 laps. And if they want to keep this up, they're going to have to make sure Ranger and Dino don't make any damage. And they have to limit their mistakes as well, because any mistake can sure as hell bring you into trouble. So for sure as hell be dangerous as well. 5 laps in, the lead remains the same for Detroit, with Ranger in 2nd. And I fear, is there a lapping that happened that I did not know about as I was commentating on this nonsense? Detroit, Ranger, and Dino still hard out in the top 3 spots. Baby Mario in 4th. PC Orphan and Ice catching up to Baby Mario. And it will remain the same. But Ice, they're, after a strong qualifiers, they're not doing too bad. It's better than what they did in the first 2 races, that's for sure. Where they got last in the A-League race and didn't even qualify for the A-League in race 2. Penultimate lap. Everything is remaining the same. Detroit still in 1st. Ranger looking to gain some momentum here. Dino in 3rd. Nothing's gonna bother that marble for sure. I figured some marbles you can look up to Dino. He just as inspiring as him. But anyways, on to the final lap. Detroit in 1st, Ranger in 2nd, Dinosaurus in 3rd, and we fear a lap marble has happened. Baby Mario in 4th, TC Orphan in 5th, and Ice close out in 6th. The top half has remained mostly the same. Nothing too crazy has happened yet. That doesn't mean it's over yet. Ranger still has a shot to overtake. Will they do it on this final ceremony? Well, not final ceremony, you know what I mean. But no, they will not. Detroit comes out with a win. A much needed one for sure after their first 2 showing. Ranger in 2nd. Dino close out the podium. Not bad for our host. Baby Mario in 4th. PC Orphan in 5th. Ice scoring their first points of the season along with Dino. 7th is Angus. 8th place comes Dolphin. 9th place comes out to Pink Cobalt. Then is Pesky. And then last place will be Craziest Cat's Eye, who was the lap marble. As you see, the racing results, Detroit with plus 15, a much needed one, that's for sure. There seems to be an error as Ramen gets a +1 for their sake. And after you look at the overall standings, Detroit has moved up to 6th overall with that win. And as Ranger is in the lead, next race will take place at Mario Sugar, hosted by Baby Mario. This is your content concluding. So long, everybody.